Max hesitant. He doesn't know what's coming. Look at this wild stuff. Jumping switch kick.
It is hard to simulate this type of pressure in training too.
Yeah, that jumping switch kick is very unique too. There's a strong straight left there by Conor.
He believes he's immune to pressure, and that is certainly...
There's the head kick. Max is in all sorts of trouble here. Nicely done by Max Holloway.
To work, he notices.
And there's a nice short right counter.
There is one thing I'm absolutely certain of, is that McGregor cannot survive in this new era. And don't get me wrong, he can still compete, but will he win? The game has just evolved far too much. And he was one of the pioneers of that evolution. He really boosted the level of striking to a degree where everyone had to improve. And that they did. But I think a lot of the champions now have surpassed him, his level. You see Ilia Topuria. I mean, even Izzy had a higher level of striking than McGregor. And if he fights, I mean, who's he going to fight? Who's McGregor going to fight? If he goes to 155, the champion is Islam. And he does not have a good record against wrestlers. And that's just what's going to happen. He's going to get starched. If he wants to go to featherweight, 145, who you got? You got Topuria. And Topuria is a much better striker than McGregor. More explosive too. Can fight up front, can fight at the back. Now it's interesting because McGregor actually teased this fight. He tweeted, "Call me." Oh, now we might see something special here. If I was Topuria, I'll take that fight. I mean, the guy has been off for a while. He has ring rust, to say the least. Yeah, he's a great striker, but inactivity kills you in this game. And he's going to have the advantage over McGregor if they do have a fight. Now, McGregor is a counter-heavy fighter. His striking and his money, his bread maker, is made out of that counter punch. Doesn't really fight well going forward, but he fights great and perfectly going back. Now, it's quite ironic because Topuria's name is the Matador, El Matador, but he's actually like a bull because he rages forward, which McGregor can utilize with his one-punch knockout power. But also, Topuria is a better overall athlete than McGregor. And McGregor's style of being fluid on the ground and his movement, you know, being a constant flow of motion, that's long gone. McGregor is stiff and stuck in the mud, as he would say back in the days, just as, you know, most people. And that changed his style, really. That boxing heavy style, that front foot style changed when he went into boxing and he found out that, you know, his style of bouncing side to side, that karate-esque style, doesn't really work in boxing. He needed to conserve his energy a little bit better, and that's why he started to become more boxing heavy based and, you know, not as bouncy anymore, which is good in boxing but not in MMA, because in MMA you have to worry about so many different weapons, and that was exposed when he had a fight with Poirier, the second fight, and when he just chopped his legs. And, you know, that's what happens. You need to be prepared for all of these things in the MMA, because it's not just one weapon. You have so many different weapons. And I think Topuria is just a better, well-rounded fighter than McGregor. You know, he has better wrestling, better jiu-jitsu, better Muay Thai. And needless to say, Topuria is in his prime right now, or he may not have reached the echelon of his prime yet, but he is in the top of his game. He's been active. He's on a run right now. And McGregor doesn't have that advantage. He doesn't even have that confidence of getting a win yet. Now, if you're McGregor, you've always been a man and you always had that bravado. Is that going to be enough to beat Topuria? Now, do I want to see this fight happen? Most definitely. But is it going to do well for McGregor? I mean, McGregor really only does the big fights now. And he should be. And he deserves that position. He can call out whoever he wants. If he wants a tune-out fight, he can get a tune-out fight. But he only does big numbers. He's a pay-per-view star. There's no other guys out there within the same league that's feasible for you than Ilia Topuria. Who else? Who else do you want to fight but him? He's the perfect guy to fight. A striking, heavy guy that says he's a better boxer than you. So prove it. I mean, this is a striker's dream. This is like the best strikers fighting the best strikers. But to be honest, with all that being said, I just want to see McGregor back in action too. You know, he's definitely good for the game. And whenever he's back, ain't nothing like a McGregor fight night. So hopefully he comes back. Against Topuria, it remains to see. Maybe I'd like to see him have at least one tune-up fight against someone that, you know, they can just really feed him. Make him look, you know, look great. Get back in action, even if it's just, you know, testing the waters again. It's just against someone that you can really get the rounds into. And then have a massive mega fight with Ilia Topuria. build that hype back up. You're always going to be McGregor. You're always going to have that hype. But even more so if he just came out of a knockout win, a spectacular win, a convincing win against, someone. But I do think if the two cross paths, I mean, that's a brutal knockout win for Ilia Topuria. It's just, ain't nothing against McGregor, man. He's a legend. But it's just the game is evolving and the times are changing. And this is a new breed of fighters. Hopefully you like that video. Thank you for watching another episode of Taz Talks Fighting. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below what you want to hear, what you want to talk about in terms of fighting, whatever it is you want to talk about in the fight game. Alright, cut. Peace.